Welcome to our Back to School virtual product showcase. We chose this theme because as students and teachers are heading back to the classroom, at the same time, corporate America is heading into the fourth quarter and focusing on meeting and exceeding all those goals that were set back in January. With this comes heading back to the office more regularly. In doing so, we wanted to show you some cool new supplies to make you and your team look and feel amazing. Today, we are joined by two Shamrock partners that are going to help us achieve this. But before we get started, I need to run through a few class rules. Chatting. Chatting equals prizes, and we will treat this more like a recess than we will a study hall. These showcases are very interactive, so please ask questions, provide comments, and feedback on today's product offering throughout the entire event. And as a reward, top chatters will be entered into the drawing to win some fabulous prizes. So the bell has rung and class is now in session. And I want to bring up our first guest, Jen Guzzi. She is National Sales Manager for Promotional Markets at 3M. Welcome, Jen. Can you tell us
Thank
a
you.
little bit about 3M Promotional Products?
Oh, of course, I will. For those of that don't know, is 3M Promotional Markets is going to be the one and only printer of Post-it notes in both North America and Europe. So that's kind of what we focus on. We also have a few other products that we're going to be talking about for sure. But yeah, we've been in business Post-it notes have been around about 45 years, and we've been printing on Post-it notes for about 43 years. So.
Awesome. So as you kind of mentioned, like I think most people probably think that 3M is only Post-it notes, right? So I'm pretty sure they're going to be excited to learn more about the extensive product offering that you guys
Sure.
actually have. So
Sure.
please jump right in.
All right. I have a little PowerPoint, but we'll be talking interactively too. Um, Post-it notes, really what sets a Post-it note apart when you're thinking about, it's a piece of paper, right, that you're taking notes on and things like that. But a Post-it note is the original that was repositionable, which just means that you can put your Post-it note on something and then you can move it again and you can put it on something else and you can do that again and again. And that's really what the intention of a Post-it note is. It's supposed to be very useful. It's not supposed to be a one and done. And that's kind of what sets us apart in our industry. And so because of that, you can stick them there's a lot of uses. You can do them for promotional products. You can use them more in a print world where you're doing functional use, and we'll talk a little bit more about that here. Also, Post-it notes are, how should I put this? Everybody loves Post-it notes. It does not matter if you're in the promo world, if you are, what kind of market you're in. You could be in healthcare, you could be in education, you could be in construction, manufacturing, all of those things. People love Post-it notes. If you have a Post-it note that you're giving away, let's say you're using it for a promotional product, people are not going to throw it in the trash. They're actually going to use it. It doesn't get lost in people's junk drawers. I have to move my screen just a little bit. So in the Post-it note world for printing, full color is always going to be our top selling item. It's the most popular. You can do a lot of creative things with it. And we are able to keep it a very efficient process for us. So we're able to be very competitive in pricing. In our full color world, we have about 7 different sizes of pads that are repeatedly ordered. I would say probably 80% of all our sales are going to be in this full color world. And we start pretty low in quantities and things like that. So it's a really nice entry point. Usually what I tell people is if you're buying your Post-it notes right now, blank, from like say a big box store, look at your office budget and realize that you can actually get printed Post-it notes with your logo or with your form or whatever on it for about the same price, if not less. It's not a high entry point for sure. We also not only do we do pads, Post-it note pads, we also do Post-it note cubes. The beauty of a Post-it note cube is here in that going into fourth quarter, they make a fantastic gift item. that one up in the, I'm just thinking how I want to word this, but the one in the upper left corner, which is a full cube, that's 610 sheets, which means as you lose the real estate on the side, if you have a logo or something on the sheet, that's 610 impressions. What we always say is your logo or your information is going to be seen 3 or 4 times because of that repositionableness before it's tossed. So you start thinking about, I now have a $9 cube. I have now been seen 610 times 3 or 4 times. That's a lot of impressions for the bang for the buck. Functional use is another good use. So yes, a lot of our Post-it notes are going to be put to promo use, but functional use is going to be when you're taking your Post-it notes and you are using them internally as either signage, forms, coupons, things like that. They make great door hangers. We have 2 kinds of adhesive in our world. One is a super sticky, which is 2 times the holding power. And that is meant for like vertical applications, unusual surfaces, texture, all of those kind of things, versus your regular adhesive is a great everyday office use adhesive. And because of that, functional is a really big deal. I want to use a case study really quick on functional use just to give you ideas. I'm sure many of you have heard of Culver's. And when you go through a Culver's drive-through, they give you a number. And basically, this is a Post-it. This is a super sticky Post-it note. And it's every single sheet within the pad is a different number. And it's perfect. It's reusable. It's repositionable. So they take it, they put it on your mirror, or they stick it up in their store and match it up with your order. These are reordered constantly. They've made this a part of their program, and it's very simple. We've had a person out, we don't know who they are, but they were out on TikTok and they did a video and they put this on their car window when they went through a drive-through. They left it on for 7 days. They were driving all over on the highway. They went through a car wash. They went through the blow dryer in a car wash and it continued to stick. So that really is, tells a lot about the adhesive of our notes. And it's a good call out on that. So, and then we have things that are not your typical paper Post-it notes. And so one of our newer products is a transparent note. So think about if you are in education and you're annotating books or textbooks or anything like that, transparent notes, you can see through them. You can write on them and see through to what's behind them. If you are in if you're an underwriter, insurance, financial, any of those things where you have a lot of documents, these kind of Post-it notes are fantastic for that. We always put them in a cover, and we print full cover on there. And then inside, we have a couple different things. So we have the transparent notes with flags. Some of them have transparent notes with an arrow flag. And then we have the newest, which just launched August 1st, which is a single 3x3 pad in a cover. And those are great giveaways, very useful, and also great giveaways if you're looking to get your name out there. And then as far as anything outside of notes, Tim kind of alluded to this, but we have command hooks. So this is the Command brand that you see out in retail, but we do something a little different. We print on them digitally. So we have a medium and a large that hold different weights. One holds about 3 pounds, one holds about 5 pounds, but they're your typical command hook. If you are anything with education, if you are in temporary housing, nursing homes, dormitories, apartment buildings, all of those kind of things, those are great. Technology, we've had people say that they're fantastic for wrapping up their cords at like desks and in their companies and things. We also do a lint pack, which is, I'm going to just show you here down below to kind of show you. It's a Scotch lint pack. So it's basically a Scotch lint roller, but in individual sheet form. And then you take it and you just quickly get off your golden retriever hair before a meeting or any dust or lint. They are small. They're handy. We call them a pocket pack. They're fantastic for travel. They also are great. They cross industries like crazy. They would be great in a come back to school kit for colleges. They would be great for the business professionals clubs, anyone that's hosting a convention, anyone that has anything with animals or salons, all of those kind of things. These are great. When we do trade shows, people love our Post-its, but these lint packs are the very first thing people grab. They love them. And then we've got additional things that have Post-its with them, like dispensers. So we'll have a steel dispenser. This bottom one on the right, that's a fantastic dispenser for end of year holiday gifting, or we have them in our conference rooms. So when we have clients come in, that is what they see on the client. They're very high class looking. We also do more of a temporary one. So the one right above that, that's got the yellow Post-it note on it, that's a mobile pack. So that's basically a pop and jot. So it's a zigzag. Some people call them accordion notes, where they Z-stack, go back and forth, in a mobile pack that has, it's got basically a double-sided tape, but we call it wall saver tape because it doesn't damage any surfaces. On the back of it, I've stuck mine on my laptop. I've seen people put them on visors in their vehicles. There's lots of uses for those. And that's another, it kind of crosses into, this would be a decent item to put in a new hire kit, or back to school type thing, or even a thank you gift at the end of the year. We also do a few writing tools, not a lot, but everything we do at 3M has some sort of adhesive. You'll get that picture. And our writing tools in the barrels, when you spin the barrel, there are some flags that are in there. So we've got the classic, which are up in the right-hand corner. Those are classic highlighters. We have them in multiple colors, and it's just a highlighter with the flags. And then we have what's called a trio, and that's going to be a pen, a highlighter, and flags all in one as well. That's the extent of our writing tools, but they're pretty cool because of that extra flag option. And then we have individual flags, which are like 5 flags, 5 flag sets. That's hard to say. 5 flag sets. That's what you're seeing here in the bottom middle. Arrow flags, it's just basically for tabbing, bookwork tabbing, any of your documents that you need, sign here, those kind of things. And we have those in individual acrylic holders, or we put them in our journals, which is that very middle product, which is a couple Post-it notes with the flags and full color. And then those, you can actually stick a pen in there, and it makes a nice little kit. Great item for back to school. Great item for giveaway, or not giveaways, but trade shows, when you're going to trade shows, or if you're having a conference call or something like that. Those are great for taking notes on. Oops. Go back. So the lint packs, I just wanted to point that out one more time because they are so popular. That's Scotch brand. So that's definitely a Scotch lint roller in pad form. They're fantastic, and they're small, and they cross, like I said, they cross so many industries. And then the command hooks, again, we're going to be the only ones that are printing on command hooks in the industry. The lint packs, you're not going to find them anywhere else as well. We don't sell them in retail. They're just in our division here. So, and then we are we're pretty excited about this. We're just going to be launching a print on demand option. If you're not familiar with print on demand, sometimes it means low quantity, sometimes it doesn't. It doesn't have to be. It's more, I have a company store and I want my people to be able to order personalized things and not hold inventory, those kind of things. And so we are going to be launching something like that. I would challenge you, if you have company stores or programs or anything like that, Post-its are great for that. I mean, who doesn't need Post-its? And so we will be pushing this more and more and more coming up. But yeah, it keeps you from having to hold inventory. It allows you, if like you have a brand change mid-year and you don't want to throw away everything that you've produced, this is a great way to get by with that. And then just think beyond. instead of ordering just, 5,000 Post-it notes at one time, think of all the different ways you could use smaller quantities on demand, new hire kits, sales teams, events, meetings, customer gifts, safety messages, training programs, multiple locations, seasonal concepts. There's so many uses for Post-its, and you may not need that one big order. We will take your one big order. We love those as well. We will not argue that, but we definitely know that in promo there is a place for these more personalized type applications as well. So,
Jen, that's awesome. I got to tell you, Shamrock manages about 180 stores, and many of them are on demand, and our clients are continually, maybe many that are on with us today, are looking for newer ideas outside of the apparel world that can actually be done. So
sure.
we will definitely be leaning into that and sharing that with our clients. Again, aside of just the Post-it note, what are you seeing as your most successful program in your offering?
Out of everything that we have?
Aside of the Post-it notes, we already know. I mean, look, I've got them all over the place. We already know that that's the number one for sure.
Outside the Post-it notes, it's going to be the lint pack. Not to keep harping on the lint pack, but the lint pack is very popular. It's unique. It goes in two ways. It's kind of a novelty. You're not going to find it anywhere else. But it's also extremely practical and very useful. And again, when you are putting your brand on things, you don't want people to just toss them and not use them. You want your brand being seen again and again. And people are going to use these. They're not going to throw them away. They're going to use them. I cannot tell you how many people come up to my booth and say, I forgot to pack my, like the lint roller, but grab these. Or I always keep one of these in my purse, or I always keep one in my brief bag. So yeah, these are probably where it's at. I also did not mention, and I'm just going to mention really quick, we have a whole array of coloring pads, which are just a Post-it pad with 25 different images throughout the pad, and they're by theme. So you've got your police and your fire and your financial, education, restaurants. You have a great amount of them. That's really popular. This is kind of what they look like. They're like this, and then they're 6x8, and then they change throughout, and you brand them.
I see them in car dealerships and things like that as well, just to keep the kids busy during those times.
That and community outreach, fantastic community outreach things. So,
well, yeah. Great. I mean, obviously, exciting product offering. Our clients are always asking for us, what's new, what's inexpensive, what can I use for trade shows? And these are things that haven't come up in the past. So obviously, thanks for bringing those to our attention, and looking forward to hopefully getting a bunch of sample orders after this. So. Great ideas, Jen. Great ideas, Jen. I'm not putting you into tension, so please stick around and help participate in the chat, okay?
Will do.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
That was awesome. Thanks, Jen. Our next guest is Matt Isold. He's one of my industry favorites and a true professional. Matt is the president of Isold Marketing. He is a multi-line rep and Shamrock's conduit to some of the best manufacturers in the industry. Welcome, Matt. Tell us a little bit about the factories that you're going to be talking to us about today.
Thanks, Tim. Thank you for having me here today. Super excited to show you product from Power Stick, Right Line, a company called Blue Generation, and also, if we have a second, Innovation Line. What I love about the things that I do is that I'm a multi-line rep, so I really get to cherry pick some fun items here in a short amount of time and hopefully get everybody fired up.
Awesome. So,
Tim, should I take it away from there?
Go for it. Take it away.
Right.
Yep.
Sorry about that. We're losing precious time here. I'm going to do a screen share with the group. Okay. And off we go. All right. Can you see that?
We got you.
Perfect. So we're going to start with Power Stick. And what I love, Jen really teed things up nicely for me, talking about on demand. Power Stick is a company that does one-piece minimum product, and they offer full color in the technology space. So for starters, I'm going to introduce you to our Power Tag card. And I'm going to scroll down a tad here. And what that is, it is basically an Apple or Android AirTag. So the benefits of this item are you put it on a wireless charger 2 times a year, and it is good to go for 6 months on a charge. This is going to work on both the Apple and Android environments without downloading a separate app. So now we've got this item that we can put in a luggage tag. You can put it in your wallet. You can track maybe valuable trade show collateral as you're shipping it to a venue, all at a one-piece minimum. The other thing I love about this item is the entire front of that is full color and printable. So we can do a full bleed imprint, including personalization. So now we're able to put your name on there and track the goods as we go. Very, very useful tool. I've seen people give this item kind of, we'd be lost without you, or we're so glad we found you, or don't get left behind, join our team. So a really versatile piece that can be used in so many different applications from Power Stick. We're going to show you some other Power Stick items here, but I do want to let you know we are very good at virtual mock-ups. So if we're generating some interest on this item, please let Tim know, put it in the chat. All we need is a little bit of artwork and we can return some virtuals to you. Okay, so with this whole back to school theme, I think something that also goes really nicely with that is back to work, back to travel, back to the airport, back on the airplane. So the Power Tag card is great for that. But while Jen was talking, super exciting, this new sample just got delivered to my door by FedEx. So I don't know if you can see my screen, but we're going to talk about this item here, the Flight. And what the Flight is, imagine you're getting on the airplane, you got a 3-hour flight, 4-hour flight across country. They're handing you those little wired earbuds to put in to watch TV or the on-plane entertainment. Well, with the Flight, now what you do is you charge this up, you plug it into the jack on the airplane, and now you can use your AirPods or your over-the-ear headphones to listen to that on-flight entertainment. This is an amazing, I think in the tech space, we're hungry for the next new thing. We see chargers, we see speakers, we even see trackers, but this Flight, new Flight Bluetooth audio transmitter is really that next exciting thing. We can do a full color imprint on there. And I do want to show you how we package things at Power Stick. So you've got the sleeve that is completely customizable. So we can put your logo on there. And then you open the package up. All right, you've got your instructions. And then inside is the Flight and everything you need to operate that device. So that is the beauty of Power Stick, where we live in the tech space. We do amazing custom packaging for your next specialized event. Now, another key category at Power Stick, I like to call active awards. All right, so gosh, on my wall here, I've got plaques, I've got crystal, I've got a lot of different awards. I think sometimes those things can sit and gather dust. While they're great, how about that active award concept where we've got an item that sits on our desk that we can charge our phone on? So then next time I go into Tim Berry's office and I see this award on his desk while I'm charging my phone, I see his name, I see the date and his achievement, and it gives him an opportunity to talk about that achievement more, to bring awareness to that issue, to that program. And we offer a lot of different items in that space. So everything from the cutting board to one of my favorites, the Magna Sculpt. So this is magnetic sticks and magnetic marbles to where you can create your own little sculpture, and your achievement, again, can be spelled out here with your name, with, salesperson of the year and the date of that achievement. So the Magna Sculpt has been very popular for us from an award standpoint, or even maybe you're a company with multiple locations. This is perfect for the waiting rooms. All right, so think about that concept as well. So we offer you chargers, the magnetic sculptures, the cutting boards, but really any of our items fall into that active award category because our minimums are 1. Okay, so we could put your name and achievement on a speaker, on a tracker, on a charger. By the way, last thing here, and we're going to move on from Power Stick, but we make quite a bit of product in North America. All right, so maybe you don't want a product that came from Asia. Well, here, all of our chargers are made in North America. All of our paper products, our chargers specifically have a lifetime warranty. If you charge one of our chargers up, it's going to hold that charge for at least a year. All right, so really the best of the best when it comes to tech at PowerStick. So very important call to action would be, if you saw something that you liked at PowerStick today, let your Shamrock rep know. They'll get art to me, and we'll get some amazing mock-ups and virtuals back to you right away. Changing gears, I want to talk to you about one of the most revolutionary things that has hit the pen world. All right, and that is our new Plainview pen. I like to call it the Peekaboo pen. Oh, shoot, I wish I had mine in here, because what I've done on mine is my face is in the little, I don't know why that is queuing up there. It's running slow right now. Huh. Are we good still, Tim?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay,
I'm trying
good,
to find
good.
my pen, Matt, the one that you gave me. I'm trying to find it.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
It might be at home. Sorry.
Hey, no problem at all. No problem. But yeah, I'll try that one more time here. But what's so fun about, yeah, it doesn't seem like it wants to run there. Shoot. Okay, no big deal. But the Peekaboo pen is fun because you've got that little hidden space. I love putting a QR code in there. We are talking about an item that is, less than 75 cents. We offer you 3 kind of distinct decoration locations on there in full color. Perfect for a QR code. All right, so a fun fact. The average pen has 8 owners in its lifetime. I wish I had something with a fun logo on there. Darn. So the average pen has 8 owners in its lifetime. So your logo is going to get around for a relatively inexpensive cost. You put a QR code on there, and now you've got an immediate call to action. All right. So I'm going to move on because that screen is super boring right there. But so remember the Plainview pen from Rightline. It writes like a dream. You get 3 distinct decoration locations. You can incorporate a QR code, and people like that little hidden space. The other thing we've done, so I feel that we've revolutionized writing instruments to an extent. We've done a great job on our drinkware. The drinkware has done extremely well for us because what we have done is we've added these fun patterns, the wave, the stripe, or the pixels, okay? And let's say maybe you have a, let's just pick one here. Boy, these are really not working with me today. Okay, so it doesn't matter. Let's say you have a logo that is 3 colors. It's pink, purple, and yellow. We can make those stripes or those waves or those pixels match your logo for no additional charge. So what is great about Rightline's drinkware, and this being our most popular item, the 20-ounce Monticello, is that you have a low 25-piece minimum. It comes with a black window gift box. We include a full color logo, and Rightline doesn't have setup charges, so it just makes calculating everything easy on your end. All right, and we're very easy for that reorder. So with Rightline, remember our Plainview pen, and with that extremely boring picture, and I have had a total malfunction, I don't know why. And then remember our drinkware, okay? I know we only have about a minute left, so I kind of want to switch it up so you don't think of just all of hard goods coming from me. I represent a company called Blue Generation. And what we've done, 4 generations in the industry since 1944, we have been able to develop technology to take a stock quarter zip or a stock hoodie or even a stock polo and sublimate a step and repeat of your logo in that hood. Or what I love is even in the collar of your quarter zip or of your polo shirt. Okay. Awesome. So now we're able to do that at a low 24-piece minimum, delivered in 24 days because we do that right there in New York City. So again, we love doing mock-ups of that. I think this is a great way. Sometimes these shirts and these garments get very loud with your logo like a billboard all over it. And absolutely, there's a place and a time for that. But this is a little bit more subtle, a little bit more classy, and it's a great way to make you stand out at your next event. Okay. Now, Tim, I know we kind of wanted to limit this to 2:30. So I thought that might be a really good stopping point for us, hopefully showing everyone some fun technology items, writing instrument, drinkware, and throwing a couple of apparel pieces there to maybe get your wheels turning. And again, the hope is that we get artwork and that we can show you what your logo will look like on these great items.
That's awesome, Matt. I mean, of the products that you're representing, I mean, I know that you hit probably a handful of brand new items, and one of which you just got the other day. What do you think is your best performer long term that maybe we should be showing to our clients to make sure that, you know, we're bringing it to them and maybe it can be used across multiple events?
Okay, I have to say it's the pen. Now, even though that Plainview pen is new for us as of January, it is now our #3 bestseller. We have other pens at Rightline that are somewhat unique like that, but because of the cost per impression, the bang for buck, the visibility of the pen, and the way they travel, and now you throw on the QR code, and that becomes an immediate call to action. It's great for trade shows. It's great for onboarding gifts and so many other things. While it's not the most exciting item in the world, when I see the orders and the use histories, there's so many great things we can do with it.
Love it. Love it. Well, I mean, just as a message to our visitors today and participants, it's really important to reach out to your sales director to get these virtual mock-ups. I know that both you and Jen will be great at getting those back. So please take us up on it. And if obviously samples are needed, we'll make sure we're forwarding those as well. But awesome job, Matt, per usual.
Thank you, Tim.
You know?
Thank you.
Greatly appreciate the participation. Okay, so that does it for our Back to School showcase. I want to thank both Jen and Matt for their support and insight. I'd like to thank our loyal clients for tuning in and participating. Chat winners will be notified next week, and please keep an eye out for our next event in October, which is going to be focusing in on holiday gifting. So thank you, everybody. Until then, class is dismissed. Cheers.
Thanks.